Hello everyone, my name is Mike and I'm one of the original members of the cohort of the Blue Light Achievers course run by Andy Labram. I just wanted to speak to you about my experience in policing and what sort of level of help I've had from Andy throughout the course and where I am now. So like most people in the policing, I started off as a constable, spent many years on response teams and then worked in various departments in two different forces. Had an amazing time, did some amazing things, worked for some great people, and then about halfway through my career I got promoted, again went to a response team. Shortly after that I was fortunate enough to take some time off, some shared paternity with my wife, with my the arrival of the first child. Obviously during that time I had quite a lot of time off and really appreciated having time off with the kids, and it sort of made me think about how important it was with family and how sometimes being in the police doesn't always give you that luxury, having the weekends off, missing birthdays, missing other events, working shifts, etc. So the sort of thought in my mind about leaving the police came in because of that, not just because of that, but other factors as well. I've been through the promotion process. It took me a while to get promoted. Had some bad experiences of that, and then my thought process going forward was, where do I want to see myself in 3, 4, 5 years time? Obviously I could look to go for promotion again, or potentially look at a sideways move into another department. And when I came back to the same sort of question each time, there was always that sort of thought that I'd really like to try something different, potentially leave the police, challenge myself, get out of my comfort zone and do something else, because I looked at the opportunities and the thought of possibly going through a promotion process again, where I'd had some setbacks before, albeit was successful in the end. Really for me was a driving factor of wanting to do something completely different. I'd had some varying levels of success applying for jobs, probably jobs that I wasn't really interested in, but I was looking at avenues to leave, and I made a decision on those occasions not to take those job offers that were given to me. And I was sort of in a bit of a conundrum, whereby I was sort of going through what I call a scattergun approach, applying for jobs, sending out CVs, sometimes hearing back from employers, sometimes not even hearing anything back. Mixture of getting interviews, doing well in interviews, or being offered the job, etc. So I came about Andy via Facebook. We had a quick chat. Straight away, it was sort of offered what it was available through the Achievers course, and something really clicked, with Andy. Obviously, hearing about his story and what he'd been through, some of the good things that he had experienced, some of the bad, and he was so willing to give up his time to help us out in that respect. So about a year ago, we went through the Blue Light Achievers course. And it was really a reset button for me. I was able to just pin down what I wanted to do, something as basic as just writing down the list of the pros and cons of leaving the police and what I was looking for. So we went through the course, had some really good input from other guests as well. So people that could talk about CVs, people from outside policing, completely different, had no experience in policing, but were able to give some really good advice for other people, and also what recruiters are looking for. From there, we had some really good chats about what I wanted to do, and I sort of had an idea in my mind what I was looking at. But it is about participant. It's not a spectator sport. You do have to put the effort in. For me, I did a lot of other things. I sort of concentrated on continual professional development. I took on some other courses, which I'm still doing now. Really sort of smartened up your LinkedIn profile, get your CV on point, but make sure that you can adjust it when you're looking at the job description roles, or the roles that you're looking for. Had a couple of interviews. One I didn't hear anything back from. Possibly my previous life I would have taken this as a really big setback, but spoken to Andy, and sort of using that resilience that a lot of police officers have, and we went forwards, and fortunate enough I was able to get another interview through a friend of mine, again via LinkedIn. Networking is so important, I cannot stress that enough. And fortunate enough, now I started a new job at the start of January. I left the police at the end of last year, 2020, and now I'm working on the HS2 project in stakeholder management. If I can do it during the COVID pandemic, then I think it really stresses that there are opportunities out there, but None of this would have been possible if I hadn't have done the Blue Light Achievers course with Andy. So take on board any help and guidance that he give you. You know, he's a really top bloke. I cannot recommend him highly enough, and good luck.